The Cosmic Council, Affairs of the Heart. The heart is a muscle that beats for the lifetime of the living being it lies within, whether it be human or animal. It is the epitome of endurance and resilience, for there are many potential hazards to its health and well-being. Not only must it beat strongly and regularly without ever missing a beat, it must also weather the storm of emotions that it is subjected to, particularly from the human being. It must also cope with the barrage of poor food choices that some humans make that results in the clogging of the body's arteries, making the work of the heart much more difficult. The heart is a muscle, yes, made of physical tissue, but it is also a symbol of love, and the organ that is associated with all affairs to do with that emotion. So, when people talk about one having a broken heart, is it possible, or is it just a figure of speech? Can the heart muscle actually be affected so badly by loss and grief that it can be described as broken? Yes, it can, and there have been many cases where the organ has actually stopped because it cannot keep beating in the face of such deep emotional loss. Heartbreak is a deep emotional wound that can take years off a person's life if they allow it to stay within their psyche. Although the term heartbreak speaks more of emotional pain, any trauma or deep emotion will have a direct or sometimes insidious effect on the physical body. If the trauma and emotions are not faced or dealt with, the physical body will begin to speak out through pain and illness. So, deep emotional trauma such as heartbreak will manifest itself as pain, sickness, and injury that, when investigated, will have no apparent cause. It may or may not affect the heart muscle directly, but, if left untreated, the symptoms of heartbreak and any other deep emotional trauma will take their toll on a human's physical, mental and emotional well-being. It could, in fact, crush them and break their spiritual body. If that occurs, the will to live will be gone, and the heart will stop beating. The person will literally have died of a broken heart. Do not underestimate the power and impact deep emotional trauma can have on the health and well-being of humans and animals. Wounding at the soul level will make recovery especially difficult unless compassion, understanding, and assistance is given to the person. You will know when that is, because you will suddenly feel drawn to seek counseling or healing. We are the Cosmic Council. The power of imagination. In the dream state, you create any reality that you desire. In a dream, you can be with anyone you imagine, and in any surroundings that you choose. In a dream, you might be walking through the local scenery, then suddenly switch to driving in a car, and, finally, be flying through the air to get somewhere more quickly. The background scenery can change from one scene to another in a split second. When you awake, you may dismiss the dream as an imaginary, fast-changing jumble of pure fantasy. After all, when you come back into the cold, solid light of the physical world, the dream world seems so unreal. But is it? Are all dreams just your imagination running wild, or are those scenic backdrops really created around you within the very fabric of the dream world? What about those times when you awake from a dream that seemed so real, you find it hard to believe that it wasn't real? And yet, you've been taught to believe that dreams are never real, so then you struggle between that inbuilt belief and the fact that you've just had a very real dream experience. For example, in a dream, was that really your favorite granddad visiting you, or did you just make it all up? And why did he look so much younger than when he was alive? Now, here is the surprising secret. Dreams are real. Very real. When you are dreaming, you are out of your physical body and functioning in your spirit body in the spirit world. The fabric of the dream world, or spirit world, is called etheric energy. Mystics call it the astral light, but, technically speaking, its correct name is etheromagnetic energy. The substances of the physical world, on the other hand, are composed of electromagnetic energy. Your spirit body is composed of etheric energy, and so is the world that surrounds you when you are in the spirit, or astral world. Etheric energy responds instantly to your thought commands. If you want to change your appearance shape-shift, then just think it, and it will be so. If you want to change your surroundings, just imagine a new set of surroundings, and they will appear. At least, to your perception, they will, and to anyone in your close proximity. Those surroundings are created for you temporarily, as a backdrop, by the power of your imagination. The real surroundings of that location are independent of your imaginative creations, which survive only for as long as you pay attention to them. In the spirit world, these mental creations are called thought forms. The more powerful your ability to mentally focus, the larger and more vivid you can make your thought forms. Within the spirit world, they are solid to the touch, as are the bodies of other spirits. This demonstrates that, in the spirit world, your imagination is very real, as it creates new realities instantly. In the physical world, your imagination creates realities over time. In fact, new realities physically manifest only after you have applied the necessary action in order to organize them in the physical world. Physical realities don't just manifest out of thin air, like they do in the spirit world. You have to intend them, energize them with your feelings, and then walk them through the steps that will enable them to become physically manifest using existing materials. The common key between the dream world and the physical world is that imagination creates realities. In the spirit world, they manifest instantly and in accordance with the degree of your mental focus. In the physical world they manifest slowly, also in proportion to the effort that you invest in making them happen. Never let it be said that it's only your imagination. In the saga of life, your imagination is everything. Imagination is your creative faculty. With it, you have, quite simply, the power to change the world. Archangel Metatron, receive my gift of the Merkabah. Thank you for calling upon me this beautiful morning in your world, to assist, for it is my mission and purpose to bring my gifts, the light, the blessings of the Merkabah, to you, and to as many as will receive it. It offers a deep cleansing, to allow the harmony to rise within your field, to bring things into alignment, and to energize and power your creations. So call upon me at all times, to assist you in your endeavors of the light, to fuel them with that extra rocket fuel, with a boost, as you can imagine, that is added, to supercharge your creations. Feel within you its activation. Cleansing, brightening, expanding, and creating space within your field from only the truth of your being. It is a way in which to remove gently, but clearly, and directly, that which is not in alignment with your soul's purpose. You may pull things in again and again with your thoughts and patterns that require attention to shift and alter, but you can be assured that when you call upon the gift of the Merkabah, it does its job. It clears away the dross. It cleanses. It removes that which is an impurity. And this is not said in judgment. It is spoken in terms of truth. That which is not truth is removed, for it cannot stand in the vibrational matrix of the Merkabah when it is activated. So feel yourself centered within it, in this vast beautiful matrix and pattern, spinning all around you, extending just out beyond the tips of your fingers, if your arms were extended a foot or two. Feel it all around you, aligning your energies, clearing out the smoke that obscures your vision, and frame you from misunderstandings. So be careful when you find yourself tempted to pick them back up again. Remind yourself this is not necessary. They have been removed. They are not permanent. You may choose freely to go forward without them, and if you ever feel you have faltered, you may use the Merkabah again to cleanse and align, and create that crystal clear clarity that will allow you to see your way forward in life. Relax into this palatable sense and presence of the field of the Merkabah. Relax into it. Trust what I am sharing with you through this channel, that it is a very real and tangible in certain dimensions tool or gift, however you would like to see that. Made for you. Given to you. Gifted to you. Offered to you freely, to use for emanating your strength, power, and presence of love in the world today. Feel it offer you the freedom of release of things that no longer serve you, from heaviness, of responsibility, judgment, confusion, darkness, shame, guilt, and fear, regret, any level of self-criticism or harm to yourself or others. None of those are of love. Your true nature is innately built within you, and it is undeniably, undoubtedly of a nature far greater than what you are able to grasp in this moment. Even if you catch but a glimpse of the power of love that exists within you, you will be empowering your life immensely, and empowering this world immensely. Every moment you come in closer recognition to the incredible loving presence that you truly are, and that this is simply a form in which you have chosen to express that. It blesses all living things, not just people, not just your planet, but all existence. Because we are truly one, connected, and journeying together. I am blessed by your receipt of my gift, for that is what I desired to offer, so each time it has received it as a blessing to me, and you receive my gift as fully as you are able, and your gratitude flows back to me, and then my desire to offer it again increases, and this never-ending blessing of giving and receiving, elevating the gift of love that we each are, begins to accelerate. Feel within the Merkabah the expansive nature of not just the field within it, but yourself. Feel how it unlocks your true nature. Do truly understand, you have no borders, no bounds. All possibilities that are set within your life plan are available to you. You are an immense being of light. Feel that. Let it penetrate your mind, your heart, your knowing, your awareness, your whole being, down into the root of your base of your spine, into your belly. Feel it in each one of your cells, the recognition that you are so much more than this form. And yet it is beautiful, is it not? When you stop placing judgments and comparisons upon it, it is a beautiful expression of who you are, no matter shape or size, no matter color of your skin, the quality of your hair, whether you have it or not. You are beautiful beings emanating this essence that you are, that is so powerful, you have not even begun to tap into what you may do in full recognition of it. So take a moment today to feel it, to acknowledge this is who you are, to let it emanate through your form as a blessing to all, and trust that this is the truth of who you are. Is it not beautiful? I am Metatron. I thank you for receiving my gift today. Sonic Stabilizers. Beloved Owns. The equinox brings a new light, a new divine order in the Earth's templars and fabrics that facilitate the migration of the 3D Earth's timelines into fifth-dimensional ones. The relocation of the Earth's timelines and many manipulated structures that are being restored is an arduous planetary work that many of you as sonic stabilizers are now involved in. Sonic stabilizers is a term I guide use to define those stabilizers working with the Earth's sonic pillars in certain key locations that can only be accessed through the power of sound and the knowledge of how to work with these illumined frequencies. Many of you have the ability and the DNA-specific coding to listen to sounds the rest cannot, as part of your mission, following the sound of the Earth calling you where you need to be of assistance next. Sonic stabilizers are key to anchoring the harmonics that are now being descended into planet Earth, which needs to be realigned to the new Earth's frequency. Many of you are assisted by highly evolved beings such as the Arcturians and the Hathors to work with sound, so you can be attuned to the subtle but powerful frequency and shift the discordant non-benevolent created sounds that interfere with the many connections our planet has with many other dimensions, restoring its openings and portals. There are 3 main locations on our planet whose sound can be strongly felt by those who visit them, feeling the difference in the air, the atmosphere, and sound, as when we go to these locations, we are literally outside of our current time-space zone, whether we are sonic stabilizers or not. These main locations, although there are other minor ones acting as sonic supporters, are Uluru in Australia, Easter Island in Chile, and the Hill of Tara in Ireland. As I said, there are others such as Montserrat, Barcelona, and many other important locations around Earth. There are other fifth-dimensional spaces on the Earth, however, their function is totally different than the one these locations fulfill. The main purpose of these locations is not only to retrieve communication to other interdimensional worlds, but to anchor illumined frequencies from the God worlds that only these spaces are prepared to anchor. These locations act as sound extensors, allowing this unique sound frequency to be extended into other areas that are preparing themselves to become fifth-dimensional spaces. Sound, as you know, is the origin of creation, within it mathematical to name them as such. codes are embedded within sound, containing the instructions required for the space to shift its time-space coordinates, as well as many other anomalies it may have. As always, nothing is more special than anything else within creation, for all have a unique and precise function. Those of you who are awakening to your sonic stabilizing mission may have sensations in your ears that are not uncomfortable, I must say, as if so this can be then the result of other issues, but that can be challenging sometimes. These sensations are the consequence of the non-physical opening that your ears' portals are experiencing at this time, getting adjusted to sounds they have never heard before, and to frequencies they do not know yet how to decode. The more soul-aligned that you are to the fifth, sixth, and seventh dimensions, and the more you focus on knowing yourself, your body, and your unique abilities, supporting your body, and living from your heart, the easier will be for you to receive more clarity about your mission, and how to accomplish it, for no one can tell you the details but your soul and unified self. All of you have a precious, unique, and equal role within creation. I was just guided today to talk about this important role for this time, as we move towards the equinox. All of you are divine harmonic channels working for the betterment of the planet in the way you are guided, and that is enough. You are always more than enough, for you come from God, and God is infinitely perfect in His decisions, and in all He creates. God makes no mistakes, you are perfect, and so is your unique role, for there is nothing imperfect in God's creations, only in our human delusive mind. Therefore love, honor, and respect yourselves unconditionally and your unique divine purpose, beloveds. Thank you for your unique contribution, to assist all in this transitional year. May you always feel your strength, wisdom, and power. With an infinite love. Natalia, Alba. Saint Germain, the true eye. The true eye is a deep intuitive knowing within. The all-seeing, the all-hearing and all-knowing. More than this, it is your own soul. When you see with the eyes of the soul, you will see beyond the illusion, and you will see the immense expanse of unlimited potential, and limited ways of living life far beyond what you ever thought possible. See, in the old earth, so many untruths were told. You were programmed to be limited. You were programmed to fear. You were programmed to believe that you are small and insignificant. You were programmed to believe that you are flawed, that there's something wrong with you. All are lies. The divine does not create imperfections, only perfections. You are not the acting roles you took on in lifetimes on earth. It is time to see your own magnificence, and to claim it. It is time to expand beyond anything you ever thought was possible. There are no limitations to what you can be, what you can manifest in form and being. An alchemist is not someone who transforms lead into gold, but rather who transforms the inner self into the higher self. The soul self, amplified by the monad, the soul group, and amplified by the divinity that is already within, knowing that the physical world is an illusion, what is seemingly solid is not solid. Once you know that you can transform and transfigure not only yourself, but all of any forms of life, you will also know the great responsibility of what you think, the words that come out of your mouth, because they have power to manifest, and the deeds that you do. It is better to be silent than to talk too much. It is better to go within than go into the endless searches on the internet and the social media which all of you up so polluted with. Think of even a few years ago you didn't have this, it didn't even exist. You are asked to make time to be still, and rather than talk, to play. Go out and be in nature. She will help you to remember, for all of nature is already ascending. There is so much to love, to learn, and remember that remembrance has never ever left you. The veils of amnesia have disappeared, yet if you block that remembrance within yourself, if you do not want to hear what you're supposed to hear, if you allow the outside noise to drain out the true knowing of your innermost self, you are pulled right back into the old paradigm. A master is one who is a master of himself/herself. It takes discipline, it takes focus, yet it also knows the joy of seeing and experiencing everything from new eyes, anew. a new perspective. It understands that everything holds divinity, and every encounter is a sacred encounter, and that within one blade of grass there are 1,000 spectacles of light, and programming of a divine within one blade of grass. Are there all its cells, and the DNA, so that it knows how to grow seeds. That blade of grass does not compare itself negatively with any other blade of grass. It simply is the best grass it can be, and so are the flowers, so are the trees, so are the animals, and the birds, the insects, and the plants, the waters, the air, the fires, the earth. Open your heart so that your senses can come online in their fullness and their profundity. Open your inner eyes of the soul, so that you can see with the eyes of the soul, hear with the ears of your soul, know with the deepest soul knowing, and your whole life will transfigure faster, and whatever seems to be chaotic, you will not even worry about it, because you know it's the last death throes of the old imprisonments. It doesn't exist anymore in truth. Yes, there are those that will still play it out. It is their own free will and choice. You are not here to judge them. Rather concentrate on what you wish to co-create now within you and in the new golden age. This is what alchemy and magic is all about. It is the transfiguration within you. It is the deepest knowing and the knowing that you are limitless, and as you shed all those old pieces of yourself which no longer serve you, the old ego, the false belief systems, the false programming, all that no longer serves your highest soul growth and good. You will become lighter and freer, and you will remember how to teleport, how to bilocate. You will remember so much more, and before you know it you are applying what you remember. That is magic. It requires faith and it requires trust, but more than this it requires you to allow yourself to be an instrument, so that the divine which is within you can work through you and with you. It is a daily commitment to serve with great love and joy in all, and every form and way that you can. For life is meant to be joyful. It is meant to be a journey of exploration of the growth of love, that ever expands, and light, that ever expands, and power, that ever expands, and wisdom. You can call on me anytime, and on Merlin, who currently is helping humanity immensely through this time, as I am doing with Lord Ashtar, the higher order of Melchizedek, all the cosmic councils, and the universal councils, and the divine. Ever the highest loving service. I am Saint Germain. Source: arrayoflight.com. The other videos are in the English video playlist. Help me spread the light, click like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.